by Edith Sodergren. And it says, "The inner fire is the most important thing mankind possesses." You know that feeling when we had it a lot when we were kids, right? When we're kids, we're just pure creativity and inspiration all the time, right? We're always making things, acting, creating, drawing, coloring, writing, playing. We're using our imaginations, right? We're being super creative. And like, I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't wait to wake up and go outside and build things or find animals and critters, or I couldn't wait to get home from school so that I could draw or write whatever story I'd been working on. We love doing that, right? And we get so excited, we get so consumed by that creativity and that inspiration when we're children. But then it's like we become adults, and so many people lose that, or they lose track of it. And some of it has to do with just the stresses of being an adult, right? You know, now we have bills and responsibilities and kids and jobs and stuff like that. But part of that is we're not actively seeking out the things that light our inner fire. And we can really like lose track of that. And all of a sudden we find ourselves in our adulthood saying, wow, I don't even know, I can't even really think of anything that gets me super fired up. Like, I don't really have hobbies or passions. And that can be an interesting place to be. But what happens is, I feel like people get in this cycle of just not really doing anything that lights their inner fire. They're not really doing anything that makes them feel creative. And that's how people just become super stagnant and feel uninspired and like dead inside. And that's why but your inner being wants that. It wants to be creative. It's crying out to do something fun, right? Something that it feels is using your greatest strengths and talents and, you know, the unique gifts that you have. It wants to keep your brain busy and feeling good. Human beings are creators. Like, that's what people are. We create stuff. We're writers, artists, inventors, performers, athletes, right? Like teachers. And we feel our best when we're super inspired to create. That's the truth. And I think that people who are not purposely taking action toward lighting that fire and keeping it stoked end up in this anxious, passive state. This state of, well, I'm just going to try to have fun. And it's what I always refer to as like the junk food stuff, right? It's like, well, my body really wants to be healthy, fit, and energetic, but in the moment, it feels good to eat brownies, chips, and soda, right? And yes, in that moment, when you're putting that brownie in your mouth and swallowing it down, it does taste delicious. But if you do that day after day after day, you feel like shit. And the same is true with creativity. When you're not being productive, when you're not using your mind, you're not using your gifts, you're not being creative, you inside start to develop this like, almost like an anxiety. I should be doing something. But instead, because you're not getting off your ass and just getting that fire started, you numb it out. And that can be with watching Netflix, playing video games, getting a high, drinking wine, right? Scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on Facebook. And we get these tiny little like dopamine hits when we do that, right? So it's like this addiction, or just keep doing this. But at the end of it, it's like, okay, I hope I just pass enough time to where, well, by the time I do it for a couple hours, then it's just time to go to bed. Then we start the cycle all over again. So I challenge you guys right now to start doing something. Even if you don't know where to start and you don't feel super excited about it first, you have to get the ball rolling. Do something that sparks your creativity, that makes you feel alive. This could be journaling. It could be just starting a book, fiction or nonfiction. It could be working on a new business plan or some marketing for your business. Like, I get tons of creative spark out of writing sales copy. I know not everybody is going to have that as their outlet, but like, that's something that I love. What if you do like it? Think about like couples where the guy is like, I was never into biking, but then I married this girl that was a cyclist and now I'm obsessed. And then the wife is like, now he's more obsessed than me, right? You never know. You have to just start doing stuff like that. This could be painting, making music. It could be anything. Just do something that makes you feel really good inside. Just like eating healthfully and exercising feels really good and nourishing, not the kind of good that junk food feels, right? The junk food life is like the sitting on the couch. Yes, it feels good right now to not do anything but scroll on Instagram, but it doesn't feel good overall, and it doesn't feel good to your inner being, right? It's just a distraction. So invest in that creative juice. Like, that is what makes humans feel alive. And once you get momentum with that, just spend 15 minutes a day, whether it's writing, picking up a pencil, typing something out, creating something, building something, coloring, painting, whatever it is. Just start 15 minutes a day and watch how good that feels when your brain is focused on something that is creative and inspired, and then roll with that momentum. And if you have to start by scheduling it into your day, like, oh, after dinner every night, I'm gonna spend 15 minutes doing X, Y, Z until it becomes a habit. And then you might get really inspired by something and come up with a great idea, and you're like, ooh, and now you can't wait to go back to it. Try that. Do it. The inner fire is the most important thing that mankind possesses. And all of us inside are yearning for that feeling, but we just continue day after day to resist taking action toward it. And it's time to just let go of resistance. Do what's gonna make you actually feel good. Yes, sometimes it feels like work, and it is work, but it's a labor of love. I hope that makes sense to you guys. As always, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can check out roofsalesmaster.com if you're in roofing. And I love you guys. I hope this gets inner fire stirring a little bit. Do something creative today. Love you guys. Bye.